don't know why I haven't looked through my character's armor in a while, and I realized she's got like all of a mace, a +1 mace from the other campaign, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's just like armor.
You might want to fix that later. uh,
Well, we talked
hello,
about it. Uh,
hello, and welcome to episode 52 of Fallen Dragons. I'm here with four of my players. Melody is still dealing with family stuff. Um, and I will throw it to them to tell you who they are and what they do. Starting with Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm playing Kenna. She's a tiefling, and she is a multi-class bard and fighter, and she is really not in very good shape right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this works out.
Well, recovering from alcohol poisoning will do that.
Yeah.
And now we move over to Jinx.
Hi, I'm Will. I play Jinx. I'm a barbarian and I'm hoping to survive this round. At least survive a round.
And we go directly below Jinx to Korai. But you're muted. There you go.
I'm muted because I'm trying to stay because I'm moving the truck and everything. I'm trying to stay awake, so I'm eating chips. And I didn't figure you guys wanted to hear me crunching on chips. I am Korai, a dark elf cleric. Not your typical dark elf, not your typical drow. Sorry, I recently stumbled into an internet discussion about the difference between dark elves and drow, and it was like 30 pages long. And
Wow.
yeah, and I suddenly don't want to be on the internet. Anyway, she's pretty sarcastic.
Anymore.
She's pretty sarcastic, likes mushrooms, and not having to kill Jinx.
And her parents are about to be executed.
Oh yeah, there's that because we're doing this
Yeah.
instead of saving her parents.
Right, yeah. and then we move over to LaFall.
Hello, I'm LaFall. I am a half dragon, half human, fighter champion, and I keep these three, well, should be four, but three right now, out of trouble, which we are about to face
Yeah.
with nice big breath weapons.
Well, hopefully your dice will roll nicely for you and this will be an easy combat. If not, you're in trouble. So, uh, it's been a while since we played. Basically, what has happened recently is that the party was enlisted to escort a princess from Canamere to Gelborn for a high level meeting that people are like, why are they even doing this? You succeeded in getting her to Gelborn. Shortly after that, she became ill and later died. And now everybody's looking for who did it. And you, as we ended the last time, you guys were standing in the street and you were slowly becoming surrounded by 8 local townspeople who've decided that you were the ones that killed the princess. And they are currently intending to either bludgeon you and take you to the king, or just kill the bunch of you outright.
Well, there's some good news.
So thinking that if they kill you, the king will be happy and give them a reward and all that fun stuff. But get my handy dandy pad here. And so as we pick it up at that point, I need initiative rolls from all of you, because there's 8 people wanting to bludgeon you at the moment.
Whew, I got 13.
15.
Okay. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Jinx.
5.
Jinx, you said you got a 15?
13.
13. It was Kendra that got the 15.
Yep, Kendra got 10.
Korai, you said you got a 5? And
Not my best roll.
how about you, Lafall?
Got a 20.
Oh, nice. So, okay. Let me. Okay. So it'll be. We'll fall first. The townspeople, and then Kenna.
Then go take a nap, wake up, have some breakfast, and then it's my turn.
And then Jinx. And then if there's anybody left standing, then it'll be Korai's turn.
I don't know what I did wrong. I rubbed the pitty's head for luck and everything.
The dice have their own agenda.
Clearly.
So, you do have a second to discuss strategy as you're being slowly surrounded.
I think we should distract them and run away.
You always say that.
Well, they're civilians, and I don't want to get in trouble with the guards for killing people.
They started it.
They've all got clubs and pitchforks and torches and such.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't want to be a barbecue bat. I mean, I'm a barbarian, but I'm also a coward.
So what have you guys decided you're gonna do, or have you?
I don't know. I mean, we should try to. We should try to save. Do as much as we can. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure how bloodthirsty they're going to be.
yeah. I think we should at least try to talk our way out of this.
Yes, the fall. We should try and talk our way out of this. Like, I
Yeah.
prefer not to have a bunch of casualties. It looks bad on the stat sheet, but then the king and queen of the city you're staying in tend to look poorly on that. Right?
Probably wouldn't be good press if you kill the mob of townspeople.
Will be good press if we got killed by a mob of townspeople.
That
Now,
did.
unfortunately, my incapacitating blows class in Clare College wasn't one of my strengths. So
You should have went to gym class more often.
I do. Let me double check my sheet. I think I have charm person.
well, that's great. We need charmed people.
So what do Kendra and LaFall think we should do?
Well, let's. Oh wait, no. I have minor illusion, earth tremor, thunder wave, featherfall, and thunderclap.
Well, I am literally unable to handle any of this right now. And I just burst into tears. I literally just sit down on the ground, cross my arms over the top of my knees, lay my head down, and just start sobbing.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's the right response.
I think that's a good response here, but all right, I'm going to try to soothe the crowd with the power of rock and roll.
Oh God! You're gonna try and sing your way out of that.
Yeah,
wait,
I'm
wait,
going to
hold
try
on.
to sing my way out of this.
It didn't work for the snow giants. It didn't work for the giant dragon who tried to kill us.
I know.
It didn't work for the townspeople near the dock when they tried to panic and run into the boat. It did work, I believe, for the innkeeper right before the snow giants came back.
Yes.
So you're like 1 for 5.
Yep. I'm willing to try it if you guys are.
Well, before they can even surround us, I'm looking at every single one of them 8 and frightful presence.
Okay.
So they have to make a save of a DC 24.
24.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
feel like the DM should have like a minion that does all these minuscule dice rolls and stuff.
Actually, out of 8 of them, only 3 of them got above a 10. So, and that was just barely. So, the highest out of all 8 of them was 14. So, they basically see what's going on. They see Kenna just flop down on the ground, and this confuses them considerably. They're like, hold it, she's a fighter. Why is this happening? And then they see Jinx pull out his lyre and start tuning it, and they're even more confused. They're like, we're going to bludgeon you to death, and one person is tuning an instrument and one person is having a breakdown on the ground. And
this is D&D.
I mean, it's kind of like the Avengers. It takes us a while to get going. Or something.
So at this point, and Cora, as for your comment, I do believe in the entire time Jinx has been in the party, his performance roles have only worked twice. So
maybe Jinx should think of taking up a different profession, like not being a bard.
And so while all this is going on, then they look up and see that there's a half dragon standing there. And they realize that maybe this isn't a good thing after all. Because they all failed their saving throws, and one of them actually got a 1.
So he probably ran out screaming into the night.
Well, yeah, he was the first one that left. No matter what the other 7 did, he was out of there. And the others looked at each other, and they all decided to basically just, maybe this isn't worth it after all. And they start leaving.
Well, didn't get a chance to play.
I think your reputation precedes you.
Well, I mean, that was that one time it worked.
Well,
thank God your reputation preceded you, because we would have been facing them all down if it hadn't.
Well,
I told Moses to not go there. Go away.
You could always try to, play something and cheer Kenna up or something like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to cheer Kenna. Wait, she might be having a migraine that
or something.
not work very well. I'm going to roll a medicine check, see if I can help out with any migraines. Hey, another 13.
You attempt to help, but your not really sure what's going on.
Right, so I think we have to release the humors.
We're going medieval with our medicine today, are we?
Well, it was either that or leeches, but I think I ate all of them.
Yeah.
You have a certified cleric in your group. If you bring out the leeches to try and treat members of the party, I'm going to hit you with a mace.
Well, I have to have a snack somehow, right?
Look, you can eat leeches. Just please don't use leeches on people to heal them.
All right. Well, what about this black bile, blue bile, or that jazz?
What?
Yeah, you go release the humors. You go remove you go keep the biles in balance or whatever.
Bile.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I read a lot and I know what the medical humors are. If you ever want a crazy read about how medicine used to be in the world,
Yeah, that's really insane.
Yeah.
So,
So now the three of you are standing there, and Kenna is still sitting on the ground. What do you want to do?
I'm going to do the disappearing thumb trick to try to cheer her up.
my shadow puppets.
14 for performance. Wait, that's 14 plus 3. 17, I believe.
So you get a 17 on your performance. I want Kenna to roll and tell me what her reaction to this performance is.
Just a regular D20.
Yeah.
All right.
What's this, Kenna?
Just a
It's
straight
going.
roll.
It's back. It's going. It's back. It's going.
11.
You look up and you're sort of amused, but it's enough of a distraction to get you out of your head for the moment.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that was.
Oh,
Just
I know
felt
what
so
it was.
overwhelmed.
I know exactly what that was. It's called a hangover. And we go get you some water.
Maybe I ought to have stayed at the cleric's hospital like they wanted me to, instead of leaving so soon.
Well, maybe we could go back, drop you off, and we could go back to the pub and have a nice little nap.
It's probably not a bad idea, actually, considering. I mean, bloody hell, I'm your fighter. One of your fighters.
Right. Damn good fight at that.
What?
Oh, you said a damn good one.
I don't think Kenna's ever fought anything.
Not in this game yet.
I've never heard you raise your sword against anything at this point. You drink more than you fight. So.
Yes, well.
It's my fault. I keep trying to find diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd best head back to the hospital after this, whatever this is going to be. And I kind of look around and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Weren't there just a bunch of angry villagers there? Where'd they go?
Oh, they kind of got bored and just wandered off.
They ran away because Jinx here was about ready to play for them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as a bard, sorry, that's sort of sad. And
No problem.
but on the other hand, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, you go get problem was you got a bit of headache, and well, I couldn't find my chisel to open up the skull.
Well, Cora and I both thank you for not being able to find your chisel.
Okay. Um. So now the four of you standing out there, people are just starting to look at you, wondering what in the world that whole thing was.
I shrugged my shoulders like I don't know.
Because initially you were being surrounded by 8 people with clubs and such, and then suddenly they just turned around and ran off. And now the four of you are just standing there.
Well, no, I'm gonna head into the guild here because that's where I was going.
Okay.
And I'm going to help Korai. Not Korai. I'm going to help Kenna get to the cleric hospital.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Jinx. Thank you.
No problem, lass. We gotta
So,
stick together.
what is Korai doing?
Wondering what the hell just happened. I will go with Jinx and help Kenna to them.
I'll tell you what
Okay.
happened. We won.
No, I think we disgusted them is what happened,
Well,
or
good
weirded them
enough.
out. It
Oh.
was kind of one of those things where you just walk up and growl at someone to let them know you're mean. Except in our case, they think we're all crazy.
In my book, a win's a win.
Exactly. And maybe I am crazy. Do you think I'm crazy?
Well, we're all a little bit nuts.
So, the three of you head off to the cleric hospital. We'll deal with that in a minute. LaFall, you head into the Thieves Guild, which is basically in this town. It covers for thieves and spies and all that sort of thing. What were you wanting to do when you got there?
Really?
You still there, LaFall?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Uh, so the last time we were here, we found the assassin, right?
Mhm.
And he's at the Thieves Guild. The king brought up some stuff about this whole thing that made me go back to ask questions and get answers from the assassin, and then also, yeah, I just can't remember what it was all about. I just know we got the assassin there at the Thieves Guild right now.
He's currently being held until the king decides what they want to do with him. Um, were you wanting to attempt to question him, or what were you wanting to do?
Yeah, we were I was going to attempt to question him, yeah, but I just can't remember all of it, what it was about, though. Damn it.
It's been a while since we played this game.
Yep.
Um, Actually, I need all of you to give me perception checks.
Dun dun dun.
Boom perception. It's what I'm bad at.
15.
14.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
4.
Okay. And Corey?
15.
Okay. Jinx is still trying to, tune up his instrument. As he and Corey are escorting Kenna to the cleric hospital. So he's not paying attention to anything. However, Kenna and Corey as you're almost to the cleric hospital. And out of the corner of your eye, and this happens to you also, LaFall, as you're basically standing in the doorway of the Thieves Guild. And out of the corner of the three of you's eye, for just a split second, you see these people. There's two of them standing just in the general crowd by the cleric hospital, and there's one who's actually leaning against a tree by the Thieves Guild. Or at least that's what you think you see. What you see is a dark-skinned person wrapped in a white cloak with a hood. But that's enough to make them stand out. But the other thing you notice rather quickly is and they are above average height-wise. But as soon as you see them out of the corner of your eye, they disappear. And when you turn to get a better look at them, they're gone.
Well, I'm going to ask Jinx and Korai if they saw anything just now, because for all I know, I could be hallucinating. So we'll just see if either of them saw it as well. So these people.
So I saw something.
So what now? I'm sorry. I was humming a song.
Never mind, Jinx, it's all right. I think you've just answered that question.
And LaFall, what do you do when you momentarily see this person leaning against this tree, and then when you look back a second time, he's gone?
Um, well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do now that he's gone.
And the
But I'm going to just make a mental note where I saw him and then go into the guild.
one thing that sticks in your mind about him is that he was almost as tall as you are. You being a half dragon, you were about the size of a dragonborn, which means you're a good 7-8 feet tall. And this person was almost as tall as you are. And they look, the one thing you all registered, they look incredibly out of place for being here. Um, you walk into the Thieves Guild, the person manning the front desk is there, and they're like, "How can we help you?"
Oh, I'm just back to get information from the non participant of protocol.
You mean the guy we got stuck in the cell in the back?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
him.
assassin. Yep. The king and queen have brought up bits of information that need to be resolved right away, sooner than what I thought would have happened.
Okay. You can either go back there or we can bring him out. Uh, if you go back there, one of our people will have to go with you. Because until the king decides what he wants to do with this guy, we can't have anything happening to him.
Um, whichever.
Uh, I'll just have one of the guys go back and get him in case he's not awake yet. He motions. The guy at the desk motions for one of the other people standing there to go grab the guy and bring him out. And then a couple minutes later, he and the assassin guy is standing in front of you. He's like, "Why did you wake me up?"
Because you have information that I need to get the issue resolved, and you're going to provide it.
We'll see about that depending on what your questions are.
They're easy questions for you to answer.
Mm.
Who hired you?
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you that. Then I'd have more than one kingdom wanting to kill me.
Again, who hired you?
Again, you've got to be kidding.
Backslap.
So you basically, what, punch him or what?
No, I backslap him.
Um, make me an attack roll.
That's great.
This is good.
$25.
You hit him. And he stumbled, and you can see a large bruise beginning to start. He steadies himself.
Now, we don't have time to play this game.
And what I said is true. Unless you want to take on an entire kingdom, you don't want to get involved in this.
I already am. I've got 4 kingdoms after me on this right now because of you. So you want to help me to help you?
I don't see me winning this either way. Because either Canamir or Gelborn is going to come after me, and that's not even counting the people who hired me. So, unless you can offer me some help here, I don't see
If you
myself.
make it worth my while with the correct information on what I need here, I'll see what I can do. No guarantees, but I'll see what I can do.
He thinks for a second. He's like, well, guess it can't be any worse than it already is.
So,
So what do you want to know?
first off, who hired you and why?
The ruler of the southern kingdom of Xandor hired me. And as to why, I'm sure they have their own exact agenda, but what I'm able to gather is they saw an opportunity to start a conflict between Gelborn and Canamir and destabilize things between two of the richer kingdoms in Acheron. And they saw it as an opening for them. Like I said, they probably got their own details of whatever's going on, but that's as far as I know.
Right. Okay. When exactly did you put the poison into mix it in with the princess? Did you mix it in before she got her wine and the actual wine container, or did you just get into the goblet?
Uh, it's actually in the entire bottle, so anybody else who might be drinking that bottle could have some problems.
Okay. Do you have the antidote for it?
No,
What was the poison?
something I was given when I was in Zandor. I have no idea. That's why I don't have the antidote for it.
Okay. Is it just the one bottle you hit, or was it many?
Didn't have time to do more than one. And he sort of smirks and says, the king should hire more loyal staff next time.
Oh? Who'd you pay off?
Didn't have to pay off anybody. One of the maids told me which bottle the princess was going to be using.
Dun dun dun.
And oh, by the way, like I said, if anybody else drank out of that bottle, you'll find out fairly quickly.
Which maid help you?
I don't know. Didn't get a name.
Describe.
I have no idea. Um, describe. Shorter than me, brown hair, wasn't human though. Might have been an elf, I don't know. But it wasn't human.
Okay.
So, I've given you all this information. How are you going to help keep me from getting, let's just say, a similar treatment to the princess?
I said I will see what I can do.
Ooh.
And I keep my word. I will see what I can do.
Well, that's about all I can tell you. They didn't give me a lot of details. They just paid me to go do this. And yeah.
Okay. Well, you can go back to the jail for now.
Oh, fine. I hope the king decides what in the world is planning on doing. I'm getting kind of bored here. So the guy grabs his arm and takes him back to his cell. And then comes back, and so in the room there's that guy, the guy at the front desk, and you. What do you want to do?
Oh, by the way, when I was walking in here, there was a gentleman a little bit shorter than me in all black.
all
Outside of
all white.
all white, sorry. All white, standing out by the tree, trying to be inconspicuous. And then when I looked back, he was gone. Don't know if this may have something to do with our guest in the back there or not, but just keep a heads up.
Definitely. We don't need anybody coming in and trying to take this guy out. So,
All right, well, I will be back. Hopefully never, but at least not for this purpose, at least.
okay.
But we'll
Well,
see.
things are just getting weird.
Nah, things have been weird. They're getting hysterical
Well,
now.
well, Gelborn was coasting along pretty well until this happened, so yeah. And we're not big fans of our neighboring kingdom anyway, so this seriously causes a problem.
Well, hopefully I've gotten a little resolve to the heated feelings at the moment for both sides.
Have fun convincing the king and queen of Canamere that we didn't do anything. No. So, after you leave the guild hall, where are you going to?
Back to see the king.
Okay.
And inform him of what I just found out and find out who that maid was.
Well, while you're headed over to the castle from the Thieves Guild, we will cut over to the Cleric Hospital where Kenna, Jinx, and Korai are standing at the front door.
You call that medicine? You wouldn't know medicine if a bandage slapped you in the face.
And
so they do use leeches. Oh, can I have,
Barbarians. No offense.
can I give you those leeches in a baggie?
I don't think they used many leeches once magic became a healing option, shall we say.
Well, oh, voice in the sky, it might surprise you how many places the old ways have stuck around.
Yeah. Well, at least for Jinx, they can be hors d'oeuvres or snacks or something.
Exactly.
But, so, which one of you is going to knock on the door?
I will. I'm the one checking myself back in, I guess.
Yeah. So you knock on the door. And this grayish green skinned female orc in cleric's robes answers the door. Hello, I am Sister Gwendolyn. How can I help you?
I was here this morning. Actually, from what I understand, I was almost dead this morning, and the clerics wanted me to stay for a bit, a few days. I decided I wanted to leave, and I've been having problems, physical, emotional, mental, just problems. And I think perhaps I best be under your care for a while.
Oh, okay. We probably still have all your information since you were here this morning, so the three of you are welcome to come on in and I will find an available bed for you.
I appreciate
Well,
that. Thank you.
Are the two of you just here to escort her, or
well,
do
I
you
think I
have...
may have come down with an ailment.
We didn't come down. I don't have any ailment. Our friend has come down with an excessive case of consumption.
I think I have caught the love bug.
Oh,
What?
I don't know that I can help you with that. That's a little bit out of our magical range.
You could help me out with that if you go on a date with me.
She looks at you absolutely stunned. She's like, what in the... She, like, this is the last thing in the world she was expecting.
I think this is the last thing all of us were expecting.
Yeah. And
like I say, Jinx has a type.
Yeah.
And they're big and green.
let me see. How do I want to do this?
The funniest way possible, hopefully.
Well, if you're going to actually really pursue this, um,
Oh, I'm hoping it fails big time. I'm hoping this does not succeed.
uh, ma- make me an intelligence check because
Okay.
Wow.
Jinx obviously doesn't know what he's doing. So,
All right. Intelligence. Okay. A 12.
Is that good or bad?
I have no
well,
idea.
at least it's above a 10, so Jinx is actually serious about the question. What we need to find out now is what her reaction to this is.
Right. My little bat tail is just flagging back and forth.
She looks at you for a second and basically says, this is not really the appropriate time or place
Oh, right. My bad. I'm bad at this. I'm very sorry.
for that kind of question.
You got a point. I'm staying over at the tavern. So if you want to talk, we're going over. We can go over there later. Ju- Just throwing this out. Just throwing this out.
Well,
And yeah. Feel better, LaFall. I mean, Kenna.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Lass. You're welcome.
and
Don't let them put any leeches on you.
I won't. No leeches.
Oh, speaking of which, can I also get a bag of leeches?
the
Oh,
being the second bizarre question that Jigs has asked in this little encounter. Um,
I'm going to spot Jinx in the arm and say, quit thinking with your stomach.
she says as she takes Kenna's hand, goes, we don't keep those. You might check around the grounds, but
all
we
right.
don't we don't keep a supply of them.
Well, that's the. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you quite a bit.
And so what once Kenna is safely in a bed, what are Jinx and Korai going to do at that point?
Well, I suppose we should. Probably try and track down the fall. Hopefully, she hasn't eaten anything that's useful.
Agreed.
Well, so the two of you walk out the door of the cleric hospital. And over in the distance, uh, towering a bit above um, the royal guard, you see LaFall standing there. So do you go over, or what do you do?
Oh, I'm going to walk over to the fall.
Please don't do that.
And the two of you get over there, and you basically overhear LaFall telling the guards that she had gotten some new information that she needed to talk to the king about. And both the royal guard are sort of looking at each other because they're not really sure what they should do. So now what do the three of you want to do?
Look, either y'all are gonna let me in, or I'm gonna walk in regardless and see the king.
Trust me, lad, you better do what she says because I've seen her do this before.
Yeah, but one of these days you're going to meet something as stubborn as you.
That's okay. She's calling us for backup.
One of the guards is like, okay, let me go check with the king. I don't even know if the king or queen is even there right now.
Well, they were there maybe 3 hours ago at the worst. So
Well, that was 3 hours ago. Then one of the guards disappears inside. And
Go let the dogs in.
he comes back a few minutes later and says, the king is here. The queen is out on royal business. If you would like to see the king, he is available.
yeah,
I still have no idea how you managed to get through these without getting all of us killed.
they know better than piss off a dragon.
I guess.
Or, at minimum, they have no need to at the moment. But they take you, the three of you, inside the castle. You walk down a very familiar hallway to the large doors that are the doors to the main ballroom slash throne room slash. And the guard opens the large door and announces the three of you. The king is sitting there rather casually, being that he and 3 or 4 guards are all that's currently in the room. Yes. Hello. I was told you needed to meet with me.
Yes. First off, the bottle that the princess had her wine from. Destroy it. It's the only bottle that has the poison in it. Hopefully, no one else is drunk from that bottle.
That I would not know. That is a staff issue. Um, but I will dispatch one of my guards to go check on that. And in fact, the guard that escorted you here, the king just basically waved his hand and the guard leaves the room and heads for the kitchen.
Secondly, give a height description, hair color, brunette, non human made. Apparently, was naive enough to provide the assistance.
Uh, hmm.
Whether it was willingly or unwillingly, that I don't know yet.
And where did you find out this information?
From the assassin.
Oh, you've been visiting with him.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically, I was, besides the Thieves Guild, the only other person who really knew he was here yet and where he was at. Unless the Thieves Guild informed you.
Well, they have. They informed me when they when they took, shall we say, temporary custody of him.
And lastly, apparently, the assassin's working for the Southern Kingdom, Xandor.
Yeah.
They're the ones who orchestrated him to cause the friction between you and Canamir, is it?
Yeah. That he stands up, paces around a little bit and goes, "That's odd. I don't see what Xander's motivation would be." But it does sort of track with something else. We've been noticing that the southern trade routes have been hampered a bit. Some of the cargo's been getting waylaid, shall we say.
Okay.
So if Xandor's behind that, maybe they're just trying to disrupt everything.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think the assassin, knows much more as to plans, intentions, and all that other good stuff.
No.
Now, I know he He's an assassin. He did his job. He was paid to do a job. He did a job. Um, but I'm just going to ask you, instead of sentencing him to death, put him in the mines to work for life.
Uh, oh, I could find something completely unpleasant for him to do.
I I told him I would try to keep him from dying. That's all I said is I will try.
Uh,
Now, granted, I'm going to have to go to Cormier and also work out an arrangement with them over the assassin if it's good enough with what you have put up for him to try to
well,
keep him alive. But I'm not worried about Xandor. Xandor wants to try to kill him. They can come try to kill him.
no. I was planning to execute our friend, but I hadn't as of yet decided how. Um, but if, you know, if suffering for a very short rest of his lifetime is, that works too. Hmm. Turns out that these southern trade routes getting fouled up was a major reason for this meeting to begin with.
Okay.
Um, the princess dying, however, causes a bit of an unforeseen uh, problem as Canamir, as the king and queen of Canamir aren't your extremely trustworthy types to begin with. So this is going to cause a bit of a problem.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. Um, and, and speaking of such things, I need to begin work on a formal letter to Canamir. We've got to get the princess's body back to them. So, uh, if that's all you can tell me, I need to attend to that now.
That's all I've got for now.
Okay. Well, that cleared up some of the issues. Now we just need to decide what we're gonna do about Xandor. And the king waves his hand, and one of the other guards comes up to escort you back outside of the castle. Um,
Oh, by the way, there is one more thing, Majesty. Let your people know that we didn't kill the princess.
Uh, I can make a short proclamation that the assassin has been found and is being dealt with, and that it wasn't you. So,
Appreciate it.
because I know the townspeople are getting a bit itchy.
Oh, more than a bit. They almost tried to kill us a little bit ago.
Eh.
Yeah, thanks to our bard here, they decided to turn around and walk away.
The
It's what I'm good at.
king sort of gives you a sideways smile, going, "What in the world does that mean?" I don't. Yeah.
You
That
haven't heard our bard play yet and
it's
sing?
like,
Oh,
it's like,
I'm just
I
like
always,
silently, no, doing the silent no thing. No, no.
I always wanted to play for royalty.
he's he's
I,
like,
I pull up, I pull up my lute and I begin to
You can
play.
stay here, Jinx.
Slashing
Let us
across
just
my
get
throat.
away
No,
real quick. Just let us walk out real quick, Jinx. You can stay here by yourself.
Okay.
we're not with him.
he's
Oh,
like, the king is like, I've seen you guys before. You can't pull that set on me. So
just wait. I pulled it. I started playing, and I'm getting my calculator going.
yeah, give me a performance roll.
I'm
7.
starting to walk out.
What
Backing away
was that?
slowly. It was a
I
7.
got a 7.
Oh God. Uh, the king cringes. uh, he turns to you and goes, "Is that the best he can do?"
Oh, I could do a lot worse if you want.
No, don't think so.
I
Uh,
would gladly play an encore, Your Highness.
uh, put it this way: you touch another string, I'm throwing you in the dungeon.
What if I play one of those little triangle things with the where you hit it with the little stick?
See, the reputation of our bard precedes him.
Well, now I know why. It's like, my God. He turns to Jinx and goes, "Have you ever thought of picking up another profession,
Well,
by the way?"
That's what
I
we
thought
said.
about being a rogue once, but also I would be really bad at it.
Oh,
King,
that's why.
King says, "You couldn't be any worse than that." So
Oh, trust me, Your Highness, I could be tons worse than what I am currently.
Maybe it should be a stand-up comedian.
I'm actually surprised they don't have a bard college for that. Because I could see that as a bard skill. But
Die of laughter.
yeah, you'd be the first bard that ever was killed by, flying vegetables and shit. But the king is like, I have more important things to do, and you should get him out of here before I change my mind about throwing all three of you in the dungeon.
No need for that, Your Majesty.
Yeah,
I'm already down the hall.
That bordered on a royal offense.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Thank God I
could-
didn't do that one.
Well, see, if you'd have gotten in that one, you'd all three been in major trouble. He'd have just tossed you in the dungeon straight away. So,
Oh,
and by the way, the guard that was escorting you down the hall literally walks back, picks Jinx up by the collar, and starts carrying him out of the building, out of the castle. It's like,
my ears just, you know that look that a puppy gets when they're getting carried by the scruff of their neck?
yeah.
That's how I'm looking right now.
Like,
Ears down, my tail is kind of between my legs, like, did I do something I wasn't supposed to?
They get the three of you get back outside, and the guard just sort of plops Jinx on the ground. It's like, says, next time you come here, if there's any reason for you to come here, don't bring that thing with you.
What thing, me or the loot?
Either, I would assume.
Well, the loot per se, but if you have to carry that thing around, then just don't come back again.
I wonder if he meant me for the thing.
So now that the three of you are standing outside of the castle again, what are you gonna do?
Good question.
Well, I got prepared for my date tonight.
Or at least hopefully anyway.
Please. So, I'm gonna go. I'll meet you guys at the pub. I'm going to go take a bit of a bath.
So you're headed back to the inn. What are the other two of you, Korai and Lafal, gonna do while he's getting ready for this fantasy date of his?
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
You have to give me a minute.
Okay. How about this? While you guys are deciding what you want to do, I'm gonna cut over to the cleric's hospital where Kenna is now laying in one of the beds in the corner, waiting for the cleric on duty to come by. What sort of shape is Kenna in right now?
I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to go to sleep, but I can't. I've got that sort of insomnia going on, and at this point, honestly, I'm wondering what the hell I was thinking stopping drinking. It was so much easier if I could just go to the pub and have a tankard right now. So yeah, no, I'm not in great shape.
So you're sort of like half awake, half basically pretty much out of it.
Right, and I really want to just go to sleep.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Uh, 14.
You see the cleric on duty start to head over to you. And he looks at your chart, which is basically a scroll that's attached to the end of your bed that they write stuff on. And when he begins talking, all he's basically saying is, hello, how are you? How are you feeling today? But the voice you hear is very familiar. Although you haven't heard it in quite some time.
Oh no, is this happening? Oh my god.
And you look at him, and even though he's got the standard cleric robes on, you see in the split in his robe, you also see what looks like leather armor that you've seen before. But you're half conscious at this point. And he comes over to the side of your bed and looks at your scroll and says, it looks like they discharged you earlier. Why are you here?
Honestly, I discharged myself. The cleric on duty at the time actually did say he'd like me to stay for a few days, and I didn't like that idea, so I left. But I don't think it was a good decision. I've been having some serious problems.
And he looks down at your chart again and then looks you directly in the eyes, says, no problem. We'll take care of you as long as you're here. And
Thank you.
when he says that, even though you're only half conscious, you get a clear look at who this is. And your brain is going, and another cleric walks up and he turns to them, and you hear him mumble something about a potion of some sort, and the other cleric walks away, says, and he turns back to you and says, I think I have something that might take care of that. And basically turns and walks away. So how is Kenna reacting now?
Well, this is obviously the last thing I expected. I mean, he's miles away, and the town of Blackbriar he was when I left. When he asked me to leave, yeah, it's a bit of a thing. But I'm just like thinking, God, now when I'm literally at my worst.
And your head is going back through, okay, you've been gone for a while. Could he have made it from there to here?
Right, and yeah, I'm just like I said, when I'm at my worst, of course he shows up. And I mean, it makes it sort of worse why I'm in here, because the reason it sort of didn't work out between us was because of my drinking. So, yes, that's kind of a little problem I'm having right now.
So, so while she is trying to make sense of all that, we will go back to Korai and LaFall. What have the two of you decided to do with yourselves?
Serious. Maybe we should spring to get him like some instrument lessons, or I don't know. He's got to get us killed one of these days.
I don't know either, because with his horrible play, he saved our lives. You saw the townsfolk, they ran away.
Well, it's kind of think of it like an insurance policy. We'll get Jinx liar lessons, and maybe we won't die. Maybe we'll have a smaller chance of dying.
Okay.
So, I had this sneaking suspicion the booming voice in the sky wants to know what we're going to go do.
The only problem is I don't think we have enough time for Jinx to get lessons.
Oh, you're talking about the heat death of the universe?
Yep.
Oh, come on, that was funny. Maybe I'm just really tired. Maybe we should go check on Kenna.
Okay.
So the two of you head to the cleric temple, knock on the door, and the same orc cleric that opened the door earlier is still there and opens the door again. Ah, the two of you are back. What can I help you with?
Just here to check on our friend.
I can take you to her. She's in the corner bed over there. And she motions for you to follow her, and she closes the door and takes you over to where Kenna is still attempting to fall asleep.
Of course, we're going to stop by and keep her from going to sleep.
Well, you at the time you didn't know she was falling asleep. So the orc cleric, as she leaves you, says, "If you need anything, I will be in the area."
Okay.
How you feeling, Kenna?
Well, honestly, I feel awful. And I've also had a bit of a shock since I got here. One of the clerics is an old adventuring partner and partner of mine from some time ago, and I never expected him to be here, so it's a bit weird.
There seems to be a lot of that going around today.
What, weird? Yeah, I guess so.
So is it something that we need to be worried about, or what?
Oh God, no, not at all. Not at all. He's a cleric.
So am
Only
I.
exactly. He's not threatening. I mean, he and I might have some words with each other at some point, I imagine. But no, it's nothing for the best of you to worry about.
Hey, we clerics can be ferocious when we want to be. It's not that funny.
Well, I don't doubt it, actually. Honestly, I don't doubt it at all, come to think of it. You're quite right about that.
You gonna tell her about your latest visit to the king?
Don't know.
Sure, we'll feel her in.
So they tell you about what happened with Jinx and the king, and that the lot of you almost ended up in the dungeon from Jinx's lovely melody it was playing.
Jinx, sounds like you just need to practice a lot.
Well, I think it has been worse, but not by much.
So I asked LaPaul, so we're off the hook then for officially for murdering the princess, which we didn't do.
No, we're off the
correct?
hook officially here for not murdering the princess.
All right.
We still have to deal
Well,
with
let's
Canamir.
take that as a win. for now.
Yeah, one step at a time. We get one major city convinced we're not murderous psychos.
Because I just know the king is going to ask us to take the princess's body back.
And then we can remind him that the last time we did that, a princess died. And then he'll probably offer a large sum of gold, and we'll argue about it for a few minutes and then actually go do it anyway.
Because in reality, for a large sum of gold, you'll do anything.
Well, not everything. Some of us are a little bit more frisky than others.
While the two of you are telling Kenna about all these wonderful things, we will check in with Jinx and see how his preparation for his supposed date tonight is going. So, Jinx, what are you doing? Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. I'm going to buy some flowers.
Okay. So,
I'm sorry, I did not realize my mic was muted this whole time. And I was laughing way too hard at the joke that that Korai made. It was so good.
Jeez.
so you've bought flowers. What else are you planning to do?
Let's see. Let's see. I'll got flowers. I bathed. I could write a love song, but that also might scare her off. I'll take a. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm ready.
So, are you going to head down to the tavern then?
Yep, I'm going to sit at the tavern, like at a little table, and just sit down, kick my feet, and you know how some people look like they're on their very first date. That's
Yeah.
Jinx right now, kicking my feet, just like sitting there, like
Give me a history roll.
Rowan history.
Real.
I got a 2.
Oh my god. Can we genuinely put Jinx in Dice Jail?
uh, I will give you this one anyway because you need to know this. You realize that you forgot to ask when Sister Gwendolyn's shift was over. So,
Wow.
even if she was gonna show up to the tavern, you have no idea when. So you could be there all night and waiting for her at your table.
I'm just going to keep sitting at this table till she shows up. Or doesn't. One of those. I'll fall asleep at this table if I have to.
And no, Okay. So we'll leave Jinx sitting at his table waiting for his date. Once LaFall and Cora have filled Kenna in on everything, what are the two of you gonna do?
Guess head back to the tavern.
Hmm. By now it is about dinner time. So the two of you head back to the, you say goodnight to Kenna and head back to the tavern. You see Jinx sitting at this table with a bouquet of flowers. His heavy metal armor is all shined up. He, you know, he hasn't looked this put together since ever, basically.
What in the world?
And so, do you guys go up and join him or what?
Oh, we can't not. After all that, oh, you better believe we're going to go say hi. What do you think, LaFall? Oh, did we lose her?
No, I'm still here.
So, do you see what I see?
Yeah.
I'd say it was a girl, but you can never be sure with Jinx. Should we go see what's going on?
Sure, why not?
We'll walk over there. Hi, Jinx.
Oh, hi guys.
What's going on?
Do you remember how I asked out that pretty orc lady?
No.
Yeah, I remember. I think I've heard about it. I remember commenting she was going to crush something.
Well, anyway, I asked her on a date, and she should be here sometime soon. I hope.
You go.
Now, Cora, you know about this. LaFall was over at the Thieves Guild, so she had no idea what is going on with this.
Okay, Jinx. We said it before. She
Right.
can sneeze things that are bigger than you.
Right.
Okay. It's not a matter of you being out of your class physically.
Right.
You're out of your weight class.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Far be it
okay.
for me to keep a grown man from doing something he wants to do.
Well, I mean,
Here's your
she's
double entendre
cute.
for the night.
She's big,
Mm-hmm.
and she's tough, and kind of like that. I blush when I say that.
You know what, Batty? I hope you have Batty. You know what, Jinx? I hope you have a lot of fun. We pick on you, but hey, if this is what you want,
Yeah.
just I don't have my broken hip spell memmed yet, so you'll have to
Well, I mean,
mend hip.
I wasn't planning on going that far with it. I mean, I was just mainly thinking of maybe some snuggles, some ear rubs. Yeah,
Oh, right. Because when I think of orc women, I think of snuggles.
What? They, they don't snuggle?
No,
No, they crush.
Oh,
orcs aren't known for
And
being gentle.
orc males come out with broken ribs and arms.
oh. I thought she might just want to cuddle.
I've heard it's a good time. I can't speak from personal experience. I'm just warning you.
All right. I mean, plus side is she's a healer. So at least I got that right. My little tail just keeps wagging.
And about this time, the Genasi waitress you've seen a couple of times now floats over to your table. Oh, haven't seen you guys in a bit. How are things going?
Oh, good. I got a date.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks. It's with a big orc lady.
Well, in that case, I hope you survive. Uh, uh,
Oh my goodness.
uh,
I got nothing.
so, what can I get you guys for dinner? And aren't you missing one?
Oh yeah. She's feeling a little under the weather, so she's at the hospital.
Oh, she went back, huh? I'll have to check on her after my shift's over. But
Yeah, the alcohol intake for her has to be cut down to a
Oh,
16.
half barrel or so.
yeah. Well, hard to survive in this world without alcohol, so I hope she can manage it.
It is. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Not much of a drinker myself.
So she plops 3 menus on the table and goes, "You guys know what you want?" Or,
Yeah, one of these, one of these, one of that, one of this, 2 of that.
okay, I can do that. What about you? And she turns the core eye.
Oh, just a good mushroom salad, I think. Something
Okay.
to calm the nerves.
And then she turns to Jinx and goes, "You gonna eat now or you gonna wait for your date?"
Well, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. She goes, "Would either of the 2 of you like to order staff for the evening?" As it seems your friend has his evening planned out.
Well, I would say order some medical help, but that's already being provided for after.
Yeah. You're saying we should keep a cleric on call is what you're... Yeah.
Yeah, just in case the cleric doesn't want to help.
Hmm. We can run and get one fast enough if necessary.
Oh, trust me, with me, it's going to be necessary. Ah, bad luck.
So are we all good here then, or
Yep, for now at least.
okay? So, what do you want to drink? Basically, ale or
I'm going to wait for now. I'm going to wait for my date to
okay.
see what she
He's going.
wants.
He's going to have a tall drink of work water. Tall drink of work.
Yeah. Even if that's a good thing, I don't know that it's a good thing. And she turns to both of you and goes, "What can I get the two of you to drink?"
I'll take a glass of water, mug of water.
Okay. And what would you like to go with your mushroom salad over there?
Oh, just whatever the house ale is. I think I can stomach it for one night.
Uh, we got a fresh barrel in from the dwarves today.
Ah, ah,
Mhm.
I'll just have some water.
Well, is
Are
there
you,
something wrong with dwarven
listen,
ale?
no, but what you might want to do is open the barrel and check for beard hair.
Ah,
But
buddy, are you kidding? We never check for that.
Okay, yeah, I will definitely have water then. Thank you.
So she takes the menus and goes back to the kitchen. A few minutes later, she comes back with a couple of tankards of water. Then she says, "Your salad will be up in a minute. We're working on your food." And with that, she heads over to the next table. So, are you guys having a conversation while waiting for your food, or are you just sort of sitting there staring at each other, or what are you doing?
I'm, I'm whispering whispering between Kenna and LaFall as to see if we can put a pool together as to how long it is before Jinx breaks something on his date.
I'm not.
Breaks.
I'm not there.
Oh,
I'm
you're
at the
not there. I'm just
hospital.
at the hospital.
Yeah, she.
Maybe
Uh,
I've been drinking a little too much.
mm,
So what I'm doing instead is talking with the patrons next to us, whispering, and we're going back and forth, and just money going back and forth, taking pools as to whether or not Jinx is going to break something.
the waitress comes back with several plates of food. Put your mushroom salad down in front of you, puts the rest down in front of LaFall, and says, "If there's anything else you need, just let me know." And sort of floats away back to the bar.
gonna shoo the rest of the patrons away and just smile at Jinx and start eating my salad.
I smile back and my tail's just wagging wildly still.
I'm so sorry. I just have this horrible and wonderful mental image in my head.
Oh, of what?
Annie standing next to an orc woman. And she just like picks you up and kisses you.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
um, well, time passes. The two of you have your meal. Jinx is still sitting there waiting.
Cue the sad violin music.
The Genasi comes back over and asks if you want dessert and stuff.
oh no, thanks. I'll keep waiting.
And what did the two of you do while he's waiting for his date to appear?
Oh.
I'm just waiting to see where this goes.
So the three of you, as the three of you are waiting, we're going to head over to the Cleric Hospital for one more time tonight, as it is now dark and the clerics have changed shifts, and Kenna, you've only been able to get a little bit of sleep because clerics have been walking past you, trying to figure out what the best way to help you out of this is. And they turn the lamps down as it gets late at night, and you start to hear sort of ragged snoring from different sleeping patients. And the cleric walks up to the side of your bed and give me a perception check.
18.
You are clear enough now that you immediately recognize who this is.
So you said he's standing by the bed, right?
He's got a bottle in his hand that looks like it has black liquid in it.
I'm going to reach for his other hand and hold it and say, Carrick, it's you, isn't it? What are you doing here?
He smiles, says, I knew it wouldn't take you too long to recognize me.
And so I start crying, and I'm like, you were right. What you said when you broke up with me, you were right. I almost killed myself. I almost drank myself to death, and I can't do it anymore.
Oh, and he opens the stopper on the bottle. This should help. It won't completely solve the symptoms, but it should help.
Wonderful.
And
But what are you doing here?
I was doing just what you're doing. I was continuing to adventure. I didn't know you were gonna. I had no idea you were gonna end up in this cleric hospital.
I had no
No.
idea you worked here.
Well, every place I go, I tend to volunteer to help at the cleric hospital for a while at least.
So you're not in Blackbriar anymore?
Occasionally.
Who runs your temple there?
Oh, I handed it over to a couple of my students that have been around for a while.
Oh, well,
When I
good.
found out what happened with Alicia, I started trailing her.
Yes, we had a bit of a run-in with her some time ago. That was almost the surprise this is.
Yeah. Talk about a mistake there. But didn't really ever think I'd be seeing you again, though.
I didn't think so either, considering how things ended. You were right. The whole time you were right.
Yeah, but the person's got to find out for themselves, apparently.
Yeah, well, she's got me here in the hospital. Great.
And like I said, that potion will help, but it won't solve everything.
And I imagine that will take some time.
You'll be a little bit more stable than you are now.
Good.
But
Guess I'll take that then. Thank you.
yeah. I will check on you again in the morning. We'll see if you're okay to discharge again by morning.
All right.
And with that, he smiles at you and walks away. And the potion you took makes you fall asleep within a few minutes. And so we will now head back over to the tavern where the three of you are sitting, still waiting for Jinx's date to show up.
Someone's in a good mood.
Um, and much to everybody's surprise, a little bit later, you see Sister Gwendolyn walk into the tavern.
I pull out the chair for her so she can have a seat.
She sits down. You hear the chair creak, but it holds together. Sister Gwendolyn is still in her cleric's robes. She apparently came straight here from the cleric hospital.
Thank you for coming.
I was intrigued. I don't often open my door and get immediately asked out on a date.
Oh, I'm not the usual type of folk.
Just kind of
I
watching
want-
the
I wanted to see how crazy you actually were.
Oh, I could be quite crazy. I got kicked up by the king and threatened
true.
not to play me do it again.
You played that well, do you?
Oh, oh, well, I played worse.
Okay.
I'm not as skilled as most bards, but I'm learning. At least on this chord right here is the G chord, and I plug an A chord.
Wow.
And okay. I need reaction rolls from the two of you. And she's let's see. Constitution.
Oh no!
What in the world? 5.
You cringe to the point where you fall off your chair. Yeah, you have to get up off the floor.
Oh. Okay. That happened.
Even Sister Gwendolyn like seriously cringes, and she's an orc with orc constitution, and even she cringes.
Hey, maybe Jinx can take on an orc woman.
How did LaFall react to that?
Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom.
Oh, give me a Constitution check, cause Jinx.
Wow.
21.
Okay.
Rafal is able to hold it together fairly well, but you see Jinx's orc date cringe, and you see Rafal or Korai double over and fall out of the chair, and yeah, you see him brushing themselves off and sitting back down again. And
Did I say something wrong?
It's like cringe is your magic force. Being said.
um, even the Genasi waitress comes over and goes, "What in the world was that?"
Oh, that was me plucking the G string. I plucked the A string again.
She just, she actually swats you and goes, "Don't do that again."
My ears just droop. I look sad.
Aww.
You'll drive all our customers away. Don't do that.
I don't think we could send him to Bard College to help him out. I don't think there's enough help out there.
So, anyway, how was your how was work?
Oh, pretty much normal. Adventurers coming in and have gotten themselves into situations they shouldn't have got themselves into, and then we have to fix them after that.
Well, I mean, at least you're helping people. That's always a good thing, right?
Yeah. But, you know, just wish they had a little more sense, that's all.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who don't really have a lot of common sense.
But, what was your idea for this
Well, first
supposed date?
first I want to give you these flowers. I give her the flowers, and I just thought maybe a nice dinner and some talking.
Okay, I can handle that, I guess.
My tail is wagging.
Oh, thank you for the flowers.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'll probably save them and eat them later.
I hear the purple ones taste the best.
Yeah.
At least that's what the florist said.
Hmm. Um, I am hungry, so dinner sounds like a good idea.
Oh yes. Waitress, you should really try the lobster. Or the cockroaches. Those are really good too.
And the Genasi comes back over and she's like, "Yes, what can I help you with?"
We'd like to order some dinner if that's all right.
Okay. And she's like, I'll be right back with menus. And she goes and grabs a couple of menus and comes back over. What can I get you to drink while you're looking at the menu?
Well, I'll have some juice, but the lady here will have whatever she likes. I'll pay.
She's like, well, in that case, give me your mug of your best dwarven ale, please. Then she writes it all down and heads to the bar, and a couple minutes later, she brings your drinks back. Have you had time to check the menu?
Yeah. I'll have a salad.
Okay.
And I'll let the lady decide what she wants.
Mm, mm. She's like, I'll have a bear steak and vegetables, and that should do it. You don't really have to cook it if you don't feel like it. And the waitress looks at her for a second and goes, okay. And she heads off with your orders. And Sister Gwendolyn turns to the two of you, Lafal and Cora, and go, are you with him?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. You
I
guys,
value the placement of my organs.
you guys aren't the two that taught him how to play, right?
No.
That's good. I was gonna have to squash the two of you.
And we've been looking for who taught him how to play ourselves.
Well, actually, he got bitten in half
Oh,
by a
that's right.
shark or something. So you don't have to worry about that.
Actually, you know he got bit in half, but you still have no idea what did it.
That's why I said or something.
Or, yeah.
He's kind of dead.
Well,
I,
that's a good thing.
I extend my 14-inch tongue and I start lapping up the juice from the cup.
She watches you do that and says, that could be useful.
I put my ears and just look up. Sadly, I'm starting to fall asleep.
We were gonna have to take a break in a little bit anyway because a certain furry creature
Yeah, so he'll start demanding his food pretty soon here.
start clawing her leg off. So we can. What I will do is we'll say that the three of you finish your dinner, and Sister Gwendolyn is like, okay, what do you want to do now that dinner's over?
Well, I didn't plan that far ahead.
Well, let's just head up to your room then and see what we can figure out.
Okay.
Unless you'd like to have the conversation down here in the tavern.
No. That's fine. We can go to my room.
And so she stands up, moves away from the chair. What does Jinx do?
I follow suit, and I gently push in the chairs after we get up to leave.
Okay. So the two of you are headed up to your room. What are Cora and LaFall gonna do? Are you gonna follow these two, or to
No.
see what happens, or what are the two of you gonna do?
I'm sure we'll hear about it in the morning, or possibly in the middle of the night.
You never know. So you two headed to your room for the night, or
I'm headed outside for safety.
okay? You're
So I can
gonna.
get some sleep.
So you're actually gonna sleep outside, huh?
Yep.
All right. And what about Korai?
I'll sleep in my room, just for the entertainment, for if nothing else.
Yeah. And so LaFall heads outside and settles down under a large nearby elm tree for the night. And Korai, when you get to your room, there's a sealed scroll laying on your pillow.
I'm gonna pick it up and turn it over, looking for a seal.
There's
The
a
seal.
there's a seal. There's a seal from the Royal Drow Court that you recognize quite well.
Oh, good.
So do you read it? Or do you just leave it there?
Well, knowing what is going on, I'm gonna, read it.
Basically, it says, to whom it may concern.
It may concern.
And I don't know what your parents' name is, so we'll skip that part.
Bob and Teresa, good drow
Okay.
names.
Okay. This is to inform anybody having any business with Bob and Teresa that the above mentioned have been found guilty of treason, committing treason against the Drow Queen, and are therefore sentenced for execution. 2 moon cycles hence from this date. signed, yeah, Drow Royal Court. Yeah.
Well, shit.
And about that time, you start to hear squeaking from the other side of the wall.
Oh, this should have been outside.
You don't know whether it's furniture or whether it's Jinx, but
Or both.
or both. So what do you do?
Open the window and hope the outside noises kind of quiet things down a little bit. Maybe the sound of a false snoring. And Jinx, we don't really have to describe what's going on in your room right now. But what's going through your head is, I hope I survive this. Because you are beginning to find out that even when orcs are gentle, they're not all that gentle. So, and we'll close this by heading back to the cleric hospital. And Kenna is having, I wouldn't call them nightmares really, but your dreams are basically a mishmash of everything you've been through for the last over a year of, you keep replaying the day when it all went wrong, basically, and you replay every time that you've ever come close to dying Wow.
while you've been adventuring. And something in your head is like, every time I came close to dying, was he actually there? Because part of your brain is wondering if he's been following you the whole time. And so you toss and turn, and you get sleep, but it's not really very restful. And that's where we're gonna leave this for tonight, because Jinx is falling asleep and you gotta feed the dog and everything like that. So
I'm not far off to get it.
So did you guys have fun tonight?
Yes,
I had a blast.
Yes. You did not warn me that that was going to happen.
No, I did not.
You almost made me cry, like Rick.
Oh,
But I have been planning it for a while. I just didn't tell you I was planning it. But before we get into that, um, I hope everybody that sees this on video later enjoys it, has as much fun as we did. Um, it'll be out within the next 48 hours on video and podcast if you are more the podcast type. You can find us on Anchor and Spotify and a bunch of other things. So, yeah, like and subscribe, like everybody always says. And um, next week we'll be back for Vampire, the Requiem Louisville, which is having its own set of problems.
Multiple problems, yes.
And buy all of Robin's books. The links are in the description. And are you currently working on the next one?
Yeah, I'm working on stories for the 6th one.
Okay. So that way, if you've got the other 5, the next one is coming eventually. So, and I think that's all I got. So, unless any of the rest of you want to say anything, we'll call it a
See you next
night.
time.
night, everyone.
Night.